Hey, welcome to the Northeast Hunt and Film podcast. I'm your host, Jason Alex. Here you'll find hunting stories and strategies based mainly out of the Northeast, but will also include hunts from all around the country. If you can hunt it and you can film it, chances are we're going to talk about it on here. Enjoy. Welcome, everybody. Another episode of the Northeast Hunt and Film podcast. This week I am joined with my buddies Travis Grover and Matt Frechette, talking about some rabbit hunting, the difference between male and female beagles, how to go about training them, running dogs in a club, and we get into some turkey talk. We talk some Total Archery Challenge, which is coming up here shortly. I'm actually going today. This is Sunday when I'm recording this. Going today over to meet with my buddy Neil to get a single pin sight put on my bow and get that all dialed in. Hopefully it's supposed to be really windy today, so we'll see what we can get done, but get that all set up so I can be practicing with that. Getting the HHA kingpin, single pin sight, 10 thousandths pin. So pretty excited. I got new t-shirts in on the website. I'll leave a link down in the description below. But it's a plain black t-shirt with the podcast logo in orange. Still got stickers on there for sale too. So if you like the podcast and want to support it, that'd be a great way to do so. I also have a contribution page on there if you want to contribute money. That's greatly appreciated. Yeah, getting ready for spring gobblers. Hopefully have some turkey ones coming out here for you in the coming weeks, and definitely seeing a lot of birds strutting around, and I think they're getting ready for it just like we are, so looking forward to that. And some warmer days. Days are getting longer now. Been out scouting and shed hunting. I tend to get off track shed hunting, literally. I'll find an area that looks good, and I just can't stay in long enough and grid search it. I guess in the back of my head, I figure if I'm going to put on, 10 miles, I would rather not do that in one tiny little area. I'd rather go scout and find new areas. And if I find a shed along the way, that's a bonus, but the sheds aren't going to bring me anything really other than learning about a deer. And where I live, we've had such mild winters for the past, I don't know how many years, 4 years at least, that, they don't have to yard up. They don't have to go to a wintering area. They're just dropping sheds randomly. They're roaming. They're not confined. It just makes it a lot harder to find. But so rather than spend my time in a small area grid searching it, I'd rather stretch the legs and go explore, find new areas. That's just personally what I'd rather be doing than staying in one area, walking back and forth. But anyway, I don't got a lot to say today. Got a bunch of stuff to do, so I'm going to get this podcast edited and get it scheduled for tomorrow. And hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks for the support, and we'll see you on the next one. All right, we're live. Another episode of Northeast Hunt and Film. Joined today with Matt Frechette and Travis Grover. And sitting here on a nice spring day, or it was nice, until the clouds rolled in. Shooting my bow earlier, and it was sunny and 50 and beautiful out. But even though we got turkeys on the brain, we're going to talk bunnies and probably turkeys.
We can talk turkey, too.
And maybe deer. What else can we kill? Coyotes?
Whatever moves, really.
We were supposed to record this a week ago after bunny hunting, but that turned out the hunting wasn't good. We were all pretty tired and not feeling it. So
The drinking was good the night before, though.
yeah,
Yeah.
we had a couple dozen there the night before, and yeah. So what was it about that? Like, just so much because it rained. It poured rain when we got to the first spot. So what is it about the? Is it just there's so much water in the snow that the dogs have a hard time like picking up the track?
Yeah, I mean, when you have standing water, obviously you're not going to have scent, and if you do have scent, there's not going to be very good scent. The snow was not very good condition anyways. It was real granular and stuff like that. And,
Right.
and honestly, it's so hit or miss. Some days you think the conditions are going to be perfect and you go out and don't do anything, and sometimes you go out and the day is terrible and they run awesome.
And you got a variation of the running on granular snow. Then you get into the thick bush. You got glare ice under there. Then there's bare spots. You're hitting every different aspect, and it's tough on them.
Yeah, last weekend it was raining so hard that the dog and the rabbit tracks both had standing water in them. The snow was holding the water in it because it was like ice. Water wasn't draining through or anything.
It takes a real good snow dog to figure all that out, really.
So yeah, the rabbits have a gland similar to deer in their foot, right? And that's what the dogs are picking up.
Yeah, I mean they're getting the scent from the foot for sure.
Yep. So it was a kind of a slow year for you guys, because from what I've seen, I went out 3 times, and like every time, like first drop, they're on rabbits. Granted, you guys know where they are.
Yeah, we're pretty lucky. We don't end up having to work the dogs much at all. We pretty much let them out of the truck and we do our thing and they go do their thing. And
Under 10 minutes, they usually have a start.
yeah, it's a lot of people, they get the dog out of the truck and the dog doesn't want to venture too far off on their own, so the guy ends up having to go out and bust some brush with the dogs to get a start.
Yeah.
We're fortunate. We let them go and wait for a start.
Yeah, they do good. But this was kind of, well, you guys both have kids now, so you can't get out as much as you used to, so that hurts the numbers. But
time in the woods, that's for sure. But I wouldn't trade it for the world.
yeah,
Yeah, between kids and work, it's tough to find the time now. We usually try to get out at least one day on the weekend. Obviously, if it's snowing, we can't. We both plow.
Between newborn kids and, honestly, the snow conditions were just atrocious
garbage.
this year. We would get
yeah,
little bits of snow, and then towards the end of the snowstorm, it would be rain, and then that would ice right over.
yeah, drop down to freezing.
And we've run on the icy conditions a lot. They will run on them. You can kill rabbits on them.
It's just hard on the dogs.
It's hard on the dogs. You get their feet get cut up.
Cuts their feet up. Yeah.
It's in the end, it's really not worth it. I mean, God, we made it up to camp opening weekend, which would be the last weekend of September, and then we went again last weekend when you were there. And those are the only 2 times we went to camp all year.
Yeah.
It used to be a
It used to
weekly
be
thing.
Every weekend, yeah, absolutely, every weekend.
Luckily,
If we weren't up there, we were hunting down in the southern part.
Luckily, we have some local spots that we can
Yeah.
hunt
Yeah.
without going up there.
They have a pretty good population of rabbits.
Down
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to get away from the beaten path for sure.
It's all about
Yep.
finding the spots and hoping other people didn't.
Right. Yeah, it's cool to watch them though. They're definitely like, if you don't pull them off, like they're just gonna
They will stay
Just-
there all day long.
they'll
just run
Just
it
do
right
it,
to
yeah.
death.
it's all heart. I mean, that's what they live for.
Yeah.
They hear the collar bag with the bells in it go into the
Yeah.
truck and they go nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they hear the jingle of the bells and they become psychotic.
Game time.
Yeah.
So you what is it? I know you guys prefer the female to run females. What's the difference? Like, if someone were to get into it, like, why would you prefer a female dog over male?
It's truly a preference thing for me, I guess. You let them out of the dog box and they head right to the woods. I've seen handfuls of males where they got to go take a piss on everything for 10, 15 minutes, and they're just a pain in the ass sometimes.
I mean, I've
But
definitely seen
There
some,
are males that will absolutely pound a rabbit.
yeah, I've seen some
I
real,
got
real
nothing
good
against males. I just prefer females.
They're just a little more hard-headed.
Yeah.
A little more hard-headed, and I've also I don't know if it's a real thing or not, but it seems to me like the females have a little more grit, a little more drive.
Yeah.
Again, I've seen some male dogs that are absolutely amazing, but to me, I've had males and females, and I've just had better luck with females, and that's probably all I'll have from here on out.
Yeah, if it's something ain't broke. Is it kind of the same deal as like if you were to do a shed dog where you want to get it as a puppy and kind of train it in the yard somewhat if you can, or how does that kind of look?
Yeah, I mean, we would definitely prefer to get it as a puppy, train it from a puppy, and then you can train in the habits you want them to have. If you get a dog that's older, they may run a rabbit good or a hare good, but they may have a lot of bad habits that you need to break out of them.
Right.
And sometimes that's more work than just training a puppy to hunt, three of our dogs were not puppies when we got them. They were year and a half old.
Yeah, Nova was just over a year old. She was a great hunter, but she would overrun a check in the worst way.
Bad.
Yeah. And just within time and running with other dogs that would stay close to where they lost the rabbit, that's the check. And she just eventually figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a really good dog now.
Yeah, I think Sadie and Macy was like 8 months when I got her. Already started just barely. Just a lot of time got her going. Sadie, I think, was a little over a year. She was definitely started in running. But that was one of the ones that, she had a lot of work that needed to be done in other aspects. Like she'd run a rabbit, but she wouldn't listen. So a lot of work went into her in that aspect. And then Matt had a litter with Nova, had her bred to a dog up north, and that's where Brandy and Briar came from. And they came, we trained them since they were born, and they turned out great. I mean, couldn't ask for better pups than them.
And with a lot of things, you get what you put in too.
Right.
Time and time. You gotta put the time in.
That's the main thing. People think they're gonna get a beagle and just go throw it in the woods and it's gonna run them a rabbit.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of time.
It wants to. It just needs to learn.
Their natural instinct is there, but you need to push it a little bit.
Bring it out of them.
Yeah, like anything born with skill or talent or whatever. Like even someone like LeBron James, like, still practices.
Correct.
Yeah, it's all about practice. I mean, now hare season is over this weekend in Vermont. We had a couple weeks of extended season in the Northeast Kingdom, so we went up and ran up there for a weekend.
The neck.
Southern Vermont's been done for, a week and a half, 2 weeks now?
Yeah.
Yeah, the damn ticks are out down here.
Oh, yeah.
I had
They're very bad already.
They're terrible.
I was shed hunting the other day after work, and I pulled 30 off me.
Really?
I mean, off my pants, not dug in.
Wow.
So I'm like, I saw the first one, and I'm tucking in my shirt, like, God damn it. I don't have any, like, bug spray or anything on my pant legs, nothing. So.
Sawyers. Gotta have the Sawyers.
Yeah.
That's great.
I haven't had any luck with that stuff. I do. I drench the clothes. I let them hang dry, and
God, it's like the only thing
I've
I've
actually
found
had very
that
good
works.
luck with it myself.
The dogs, I run drops on the dogs, and then we also run Seresto collars.
But they still get them.
It's crazy.
They still get plenty of them.
Yeah, and they're in the house most of the time, so they're on the furniture, and so we have to be pretty careful when they come in, check them over and stuff like that. But
I wish there was something they could do to like eradicate ticks, but you can't without killing the rest of the everything else in the woods.
I don't know what they
You couldn't just like crop dust.
Be a good question for my brother.
Somebody way smarter than us would have to figure that out.
Call Brian. We'll get a live Q&A.
Turf care and ticks.
Brian's definitely got a spray that works. I sprayed the yard out here, and we had several ticks shown on the dogs and on us, and we sprayed it with the stuff he has. I know what
several
it is,
people that say it
was
helped
awesome.
tremendously.
We never got another tick all summer last year.
I don't know what he applies, but
it works.
It works great.
tea tree oil.
Yeah.
They say tea tree oil is good.
Yeah, Frechette and Sons Lawn Care. There you go.
Yep.
That's the man.
Give them a call. You want your ticks gone. Southern Vermont area. Yeah, so, because I want to get, I don't know, it's going to be a couple years yet, but I want to get a dog and train him to find sheds.
Yeah,
Because I go out, but I don't I can't grid.
I've
area.
never found a shed in my whole life.
I've never
I've
found
spent
one
some-
looking for them.
We have spent some serious time in the woods, and
Yeah.
I just never found one. I've never actually sought out looking for them.
Right.
Right. And usually when we're in the woods with the dogs, you're either running around or you're
Yeah.
in the road cooking
Yeah.
lunch or not really paying attention too much for sheds. But
Right. Yeah, unless you step on one. I stepped on one turkey hunting, and the only reason I knew I did is because it popped up. It just felt like another stick under my boot, but
Well, there
the
was
tines popped up, and I went, ooh.
yeah. It was last year. I think I went out with Jake Churchill, and he found a moose shed where we hunt religiously.
Yep.
I was like, "You son of a gun!"
Yeah, that would be. But I mean, that's you could walk through the woods with a dog that's trained to find them.
Right. No, yeah, for
And-
sure.
absolutely,
That's
they
a whole
cover
different
they
game.
cover a lot more
He's-
ground than you do.
He's gritting while
While
you're
still,
walking.
while
And
you're
to-
still searching with
To
your
them,
eyes.
it's a bone. They're looking for that.
Yeah. But I'm thinking,
What breed would you go for?
I want a male GSP,
Yeah.
German short-haired pointer.
GSP and not bird hunt with it.
No, bird hunt too.
Okay.
But
Now we're talking.
but mainly because bird season's during bow season, so it'd be kind of
Yeah,
Which is rabbit season. They're all conflicting.
Yeah, I grew up. Growing up, my family had bird dogs and rabbit dogs, and basically nobody bow hunted. Your fall was devoted to bird hunting. Then we went into rifle season and muzzleloader season. Then winter came, and we went into back into rabbit hunting. But it gets to the point where you kind of gotta determine what you want to do more.
Yeah, you could kind of do bird hunt in the morning, and then during October, that's pretty much evenings are
You can
your best bet anyway. So
Yeah,
you could do a
definitely.
little of both.
Yeah, we always try to get Howie to go
Yeah,
early season rabbit hunting, but he's bird hunting and he always
Which-
bails on us.
which
Yeah.
we love to do too. I absolutely love going out with a bird dog and bird hunting, but it comes to the point where it's like I got beagles
I got
sitting
dogs
here.
sitting
I
at
can't,
home. I can't just let 'em sit
leave
there,
mine
yeah.
and go.
Right.
I can't go hunt something else and leave them sitting there.
Bail on
They
them.
wanna go. I mean, they do get run a lot, so it's not like they lack that. But
In the off season, we're both members of Miller's River
Yeah.
Beagle Club over in
which is
Tully,
awesome.
Mass.
From now until June 1st, you can't run in the wild. There's no training in the wild. So that gives us,
So we
a couple months that we can train where without that club we couldn't. So, and they usually have a good amount of game, no issues with that.
yeah
What do
Good
they got?
cover over there.
Is it like a private piece, or you
private
just go to
private
public
club
land?
piece.
Yep.
It's all fenced in.
Huh.
So
Interesting.
that's kind of a lifesaver in the spring. The dogs can still get some exercise.
Get some
And then,
practice.
honestly, in the summer, if-
Summer nights, you go over there
Yeah.
with your family. You have a cookout in the parking lot. And just let the
listen-
dogs
listen
run.
to the dogs run, and you
Pretty
don't
fun.
you don't have to worry about them being in the wild. Come dark.
Yeah, you can let them run
Yeah.
through
You're
the
not
dark.
you're not trying to pick them up in the wild at dark over there. They're in a pen, so you don't have to worry about that too much. And
It's
works
just
good.
good
They-
exercise
they get
for them in
great
the off
exercise.
season.
Yeah. Like the kids who race dirt bikes that go to Florida during the winter.
yeah,
They live
just
down
to-
there
just
just
to
so they
get your
can
laps
ride.
in.
Get riding in.
You'd be looking down the barrel of that if Emmett gets good.
Oh boy, I hope so. Time will tell.
You want him to like it. You don't want him to love it.
Yeah,
It's
I see it getting
it's
expensive.
a really cool family sport, but it's like
Yeah, definitely.
if that once he gets to 12 and
Yeah, for sure.
you look and
My
Do you
brother,
wanna
my
do
brother's
this?
oldest. He's unbelievable on a bike right now. Like
He's insane.
He's since 3 years old. He's been freaking hammering on little bikes.
Yeah.
He'll
he's
be
good.
over at Winchester this coming summer. It's going to be a blast. But yeah, if we can get the kids, get Emmett in, if Cameron ends up sticking with it, that'll be a lot of fun.
yeah.
There go our weekends again.
Yeah.
There
Well,
goes more rabbit hunting.
or until they get, like I said, like get to like 12 years old, and you kind of look at them like, do you want to do this?
You gonna do this or not?
It's like, okay, now we got to travel across the country, race
You
nationals.
were
and-
into it since day one, from what I remember.
Yeah. Yeah, I started riding.
You always had those PW50s.
Yeah, I started riding at like 10. My dad went and bought me a little, I guess XR50 Honda, and it was just fucking game over, man. Like
Hook, line, and sinker.
he had no idea. He I used to watch it on TV, and he got a sense I liked it, but it was like, he's like, oh hell, here we go. Let's go to the race.
If a few of the kids end up getting into it, we're gonna be putting a track out back here for them.
Yep.
What about me?
Hey, it's gonna be a boring track for you, but you can come on over.
Pit bike.
Mini pit bike setup.
Yeah.
That's it.
Cameron, give me that thing.
There's
Yeah.
been many adults that have rode that bike. Right, Stu?
You should see his face.
That thing bored out and everything, isn't it?
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, it goes good, really.
I think it's technically a
65.
70 or a 65. Yeah. Thing rips.
Yeah, I just saw them when I was coming here. I saw a few cross the tracks. They're heading to Winchester. Open practice today.
Already?
Yeah, that's that
Holy
time of
cow.
year.
Yep. I'm sure
Lord.
it's muddy as shit.
We could still get a 2-foot storm next week. You never know.
God,
Yeah,
I
what
hope
was
not.
it? What day did we get that freezing rain? Thursday? I was up in
Yes,
I was
yes,
up in
Thursday.
Cavendish, and there was tracking snow. There was
Really?
inch and a half. Yeah.
No doubt.
I had to drive up there for work, but
Once the season ends down this way, I wish for snow to go away.
Yeah, once we're done rabbit hunting,
Yeah.
I'm done with winter.
Yeah.
yeah,
Get rid of it.
I could
Bring
take it.
summer on.
turkeys.
Turkeys.
Exactly. Move on to a new one.
Turkeys are strutting.
Shoot the bow.
Quite a few strutting in the fields. Goodell's field, there's like a flock of like 50. I don't know how many. I don't know how many toms, but there was. I counted like 6
You can always
giving away Emerson spot.
You can always see them off of 91 there, right by the new bridge.
Yep.
Yeah, the observation field.
Yeah.
We've dubbed it because
Yeah.
you can't hunt them.
No, you can't.
Amy
Oh,
tried.
yeah.
Amy tried to pull over and take pictures. They're still scared of people when you get out of your car, so
Yeah.
it's observation only.
Yeah, there's no real good way of getting at those birds.
It's all posted and
From
it's,
every way.
It's just shit to get to. You know, you'd have to have your back to the highway to not be shooting at the highway.
Right.
Yeah, and you can't come in from the woods. I mean,
No.
it's all posted on that end too.
Nope. Yeah, that's just
Just
for,
stay right away from there.
yeah. That's just for
Just drive by and take a
They
look.
look good there.
Just drive by and watch them strut.
On a bad day of hunting, you can drive by and at least say you saw a bird because they're
Yeah.
always there.
Yeah. They'd be, I wouldn't say easy to kill, but predictable.
Mm.
But so that's what, 5 weeks out now? 5 weeks from tomorrow?
May 1st. It's coming right up.
Yeah.
Opening day
Yeah,
is
it would be 5 weeks.
Sunday.
Is it a Sunday this year? That's going to
Yeah.
be a freaking madhouse.
Yep.
I think I'm going to be working nights that first week, so that'll be cool. Have some mornings to go out without all the
Yeah.
traffic.
Opening weekend is
Mm-hmm.
outrageous around here. You're
I like the
usually
late
always
season.
on top of somebody else.
I like the late season when everybody's either got their bird or birds, or they're
Or they're
burnt
just
out,
sick
or,
of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
or they don't like the bugs, which I don't blame them. I was out a couple days last year with a freaking veil
Net on.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
net.
You
I
gotta
guess
have 'em, though.
net is a better term than
The
veil.
bugs get so bad. But you deal with it because it's fun.
Yeah. And you can't kill them from home.
No. What else are you going to do in May?
Hunt till 11 noon or whatever. Go fishing.
It's a great day.
Yeah. I honestly, it's probably just because it's almost turkey season, but if I had to pick, like gun to my head, you can only hunt turkey or deer. I think I'm going turkeys.
I would give it all up for rabbit hunting. I really would.
I mean, if I had to pick
Honest to
one,
God,
there's too much time and money not to rabbit hunt.
There's nothing like it, in my opinion, than watching dogs work.
Yeah, it is cool.
We try to get out with them as much as we can. It ends up being a few times a year, but we run with the guys out in Guilford. We coyote hunt with them a little bit. And that's a lot of fun
blast.
too.
It's just rabbit hunting on
steroids.
Much bigger scale, yeah.
What kind of dogs do you use for that?
Walkers, July hounds, foxhounds.
Yep. Any of the full-size hounds.
Even a blue tick,
like
yeah. So I imagine they're running miles.
Oh, yeah.
Miles.
Oh, yeah. You spend a lot of time in the truck.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not.
GPS.
Exactly.
Take what you saw rabbit hunting and just blow it up.
Yep.
Tenfold.
Over the whole town.
That screen I got in my truck, that's where that comes into big time play. You just drive around and watch the big screen.
And the antennas with the radios and GPS is just because you're so far away from them.
Yeah.
It gives you that extra range to be able to really track the dogs, which we didn't really get into that.
Again, if I didn't have beagles, I would probably have something like that.
Yeah.
Like, just the chase is nothing like anything else.
Yeah. And it's a lot longer season.
Yeah, it's a long. Even rabbit hunting's a long season when you compare it to bird hunting or any other season really. But coyote, obviously that's all year here.
September to
conditions
into March. That's a pretty
conditions
good
vary on coyote hunting a lot, just like rabbit hunting. Like you don't want to run them in the summer when it's 90 degrees.
Yeah, because dogs will just go till they die.
Exactly.
They don't know.
Then you get the ice in the winter, and if you want to run them next weekend, don't cut their feet up this weekend.
Yeah.
So.
So what's the ideal little dust in the snow overnight?
Yeah,
nice snowball snow is real nice.
You want tacky snow?
Anything to cover up the day before's tracks is ideal.
A little bit of
moisture in the snow, but once again, that theory goes out the door sometimes. There's days where you're like, oh my God, they're going to absolutely smoke this rabbit today, and you show up and it's like crickets. And then there's days where you're like, well, this is going to absolutely suck, but we might as well go run, and they frickin' burn the tail off the thing.
And we say crickets, but really, I mean, there's not. God, I don't think we've had, but
legit,
maybe one or 2 days.
You were on our worst hunt ever.
Yeah,
I'm not kidding.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be good when they came smoking by the truck.
Yeah, and
we still had starts and runs that day. It's just
they jumped
just
a bunch. They just
out.
couldn't hang on to it.
So it's never really crickets. I mean, we always get a run. It just may not be a run that's good enough to.
I just expect
to get a gun on them
a lot more, and I get frustrated easy if they're not flat out all the time.
We know what their potential is. We see it all the time. So when we go out and we have a bad day, it's like, come on, guys, what the hell?
And I hate taking out new people and not having a phenomenal day.
Yeah.
But at that point, it's about selling the experience. It's not always about the kill or anything else.
We do a lot of grilling. It's
grilling
a lot about
and just
camaraderie.
Hanging out is
it's
second to none, in my opinion.
It's always fun.
We get the kids out a few times a year. I mean, they're all still really young right now, so it's tough.
It's just a thing. Like
Cameron, he's old enough, and he's getting so he really enjoys it now.
Deer hunting, you're going to go out by yourself, more than likely.
Right.
This, you can have a big group. You can just have a good time with it.
Yeah, if you don't care about shooting rabbits,
just let them run.
Hang out and talk and listen to the dogs.
Hang out.
Yep.
If you care about shooting them, then go in the woods, separate, and
cycle people through.
Do your thing. Yeah, exactly. A couple people can be getting lunch ready while others are hunting, and I mean that's.
Yeah, we had that the very first time I went, first spot. What was it, like a half an hour over your shoulder with the camera? Boom. Like, this is easy.
You actually saved me on that one. I didn't even see the rabbit come in. You did.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's easy, and and sometimes, especially late March, you get the breeding males.
Exactly.
They cover some ground. I mean, it's nothing for the dogs to get on them and go 1,000 yards.
You get a male that they call a buck rabbit, wants to either go back to its homeland where he came from, or it's just making a big straight line away to get away from his breeding partner.
Away from his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Huh.
So there was one time where I was like, man, Travis, I swear they just took a deer because they got out like a mile and a half at least.
Holy shit.
And I was like, this isn't good. And then we started hiking out, and probably half an hour into our hike, they start turning backwards. And literally, this thing comes barreling down the same trail, and it was the biggest rabbit I've probably ever seen. And I was like, wow, that was impressive.
So he was
It
just
literally ran me over on the same trail coming back.
no time to get a shot.
I
we
think at
were
that
in,
point
we were in like let's catch these dogs mode.
Yeah.
They're doing something they shouldn't be.
At that point, I think I left my gun in the road with Chelsea because we were just going to
Just get
go
the dogs.
catch the dogs because I didn't want to go trudging through tons of snow with extra weight.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we were convinced that they were doing something.
I was
they
pretty
shouldn't be doing.
upset that they were doing bad things, running a deer, and they came back with that rabbit screaming right by me. I'm like, oh, I
Yeah.
guess the race is still
Which,
on.
Honestly, we should have trusted the dogs when when I was first getting back into it. I took a few years off from rabbit hunting, quite a few years, but when I got back into it, I did have a dog that it was terrible. If there was any game around at all, if they jumped it, they wanted to chase something, and it was horrible.
Knock on wood,
Even-
the dogs
even
we have
Sadie,
now are pretty excellent on not taking off game.
Yeah, and a lot of that is thanks to collars. I mean, we have collars that we track them, but they also have like a shock system built in, which we never ever have to shock our dogs. It's got a tone button. And that's about all we
you
do.
teach them early on with a couple zaps, and then from there on out, they don't want nothing to do with being shocked. So you just
No.
tone them, and they will respond to you.
And they're a lifesaver. I mean, we like that day, for instance, we should have trusted the dogs because we haven't had a dog take off game in years. I mean, years. So
You were there. You were there the day those out-of-state New Yorkers picked
Yeah.
my dogs up and brought them in their
Yeah.
house. I wouldn't have found them if I didn't
Yeah.
have a GPS collar.
Yeah.
That was
Follow the GPS to the yard, and there's no dogs around.
ridiculous. People brought the dogs in the house and claimed that they were cold. Like,
Yeah,
no,
there's no
they just
chance.
ran for 2 hours. They're not
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah,
They're not cold
you
at
got
all.
6 beagles with antennas hanging off them.
Yeah.
They
like,
actually took a rabbit behind your house, and they lost it, and then you just brought them in your house.
Don't.
yeah. I'm sure with people being outside and just they ran across the road with this rabbit, a main road, which we really try to avoid as much as we
Well,
can.
a dirt road.
And then there's a main road too at
Oh,
that
yeah, it was
four-way
at that
intersection.
corner.
Yeah, that intersection is the main road.
That's a main road. So, I think between being in the house and having those people and traffic, I think it messed them up. And they had a couple minutes of downtime in that yard when they were going through, and those people, 6 beagles out there with antennas hanging off them. Like, I understand
So-
a lot of people don't know
Yeah, but
much about hound hunting and stuff, but
there's
you
a
got to know
foot-
that they're not just lost.
foot-long antenna hanging. Somebody knows where they
I
are.
wish there was some way to like spread the word, like
Yes.
leave these dogs alone. They're not lost.
Yeah.
They will be found if they have.
Well, there was a time where everybody knew if you saw a truck drive by with boxes in it in January, you knew what they were doing. And now so many transplants have moved here that have no idea.
Oh,
They don't know the culture. They don't
we
know.
We were in a ski town, and
Yeah, these people were
they were
from New
renting
York,
a house,
renting
all
a
from New
house.
York.
Yeah.
But they have no clue.
And the unfortunate part to that is I understand they're trying to help. They think those dogs are lost.
Yeah, it was
But
with good intentions.
But the
It is with good
reality-
intentions, but in reality, it's
But that's what the road to hell's paved with.
it's not.
Yeah, exactly. And, yeah, I mean, we know if you see an antenna hanging off a dog, if it's a hound,
it ain't lost.
if it's a hound of some sort, and you see an antenna, somebody knows where that dog is.
And they will come get it.
And the minute you put that dog in your house or in your car,
You lose
The
reception.
cars.
that antenna loses reception, and now the owner doesn't know where they are. So you
The car is scary. You just drive off with it.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, once they get inside, you lose that reception. And now, like, we knew where they were. We could tell you where they were, but they go in that house and we lose signal. So it's you're hurting more than you're helping.
Guys that'll freaking pick your dog up, remove the collar, and away they go. You'll never see that dog again.
Yeah, so many people think that those dogs running out in the snow and stuff, they think it's abusive to them and stuff. But I'll tell you what, I mean, you see those dogs and the excitement on them. You saw it. Like, that's the furthest thing from abuse. They absolutely
is not
love
abuse
it.
to a dog.
No, they live for that.
Abuse,
I mean,
abuse is overfeeding your dog and letting it just
Not-
sit inside.
Yeah, not letting it live. Like, not only do what it was born to do, but do what it loves to do.
Correct.
It's going to keep
there's
it
clearly
healthier.
a passion there for them. Like, you can't tell me they don't love to do what they do.
Yeah,
No,
they love
can't
it as
tell me
much as
that.
we do.
Exactly.
So don't bring dogs in the house that have giant antennas
Just
on them.
Leave them alone.
Please
If
just
they're-
leave them
If
alone.
they're in a road, make sure they don't get hit by a car.
Yeah.
You know, but other than that, somebody is coming for them. Somebody knows where they are.
Sorry about that, folks, but that's how it goes.
Just had to get that out there.
But yeah. So, well, it's not quite over up north. Goes to the 31st.
It's not quite
it's
over, but
It's over
I'm gonna
for us.
actually. No, it's not. I'm gonna venture into New Hampshire tomorrow.
Have you killed one in
I've
New
never-
Hampshire yet? Or have you
No.
even hunted in New Hampshire?
No. Buddy's got a camp up there, and he's going up for the last day. We're just gonna make a little day trip of it.
Yep. You taking the hot rod?
Yes, I am. Prius power, baby.
Good God.
Everyone
Martha.
everyone laughed, but
Everyone
look at
laughs,
the price, or the
but
price
everyone.
of fuel.
But deep down inside, you're jealous of my fuel mileage right now.
Yeah. Everybody's jealous.
I
of
got a
that.
perfectly good Tundra sitting at home, but
Yeah.
you cannot beat the Prius.
The Tundra could probably run the Prius over, but
Yes.
it would cost $40 to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just got to be careful how many rabbits you shoot over in New Hampshire. They won't all fit in your car.
Strap them to the hood.
And it does have spinner hubcaps.
Oh,
I
God.
might actually order those for your car.
If you do, I'll put them on.
Oh.
Yeah, it actually, I think, what, 31st is a Wednesday or something?
Yeah, this coming.
So there's this weekend plus a couple days.
Yeah, like any small game, they just go by dates.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Turkey does too. They just went, well, May.
Here you go.
All of May.
You can have this month.
That makes it easy.
What do they got? Youth season, they can hunt all day now?
Really?
I think so. Youth season?
Not sure.
I think they can hunt all day.
I think.
Yeah, I do.
I think they should.
I have heard that.
I think they should reopen, like, sun or legal time to noon, and then like reopen it at 5, so you could hunt birds on the way to the roost.
Right.
Because I think the theory behind the noon thing is they don't want people like walking through the woods when the hens are trying to incubate their
Gotcha.
nest.
That makes sense.
But you can still go shed hunting and everything. So, I mean, they can't tell you to stay off
Right.
public land.
Coyote hunting.
Yeah, but I think, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure someone will, but I think that's the reasoning.
It's good reasoning.
Because with this warmer weather, I'm sure they got to be close to breeding by now.
Yeah,
They're
I
certainly
mean,
strutting.
They're strutting real good right now.
Certainly
already.
asking for it.
And they have been for a while now.
Definitely have been.
But I don't know when the hens come into heat, for lack of a better term.
Birds coming to eat.
Ready for the corn.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're gonna switch over gears here and probably pattern the shotguns coming up
Like I
the next
said,
couple weeks.
I'll
And
give it one last hurrah tomorrow. That's about it.
yeah, my stuff's put away. I mean, it's training season now for me. Hopefully, get to the club as much as I can until June 1st, and then run the club on the
There's a
evenings.
trial, actually.
Yeah, there is.
a
Is
sign-up
that next
sheet.
weekend?
I think it's, yeah. Probably should go attend.
What's that involve?
It's a judged competition, and you can get up to.
God,
I mean-
these are large pack trials on hare. You can run them on cottontail, rabbit,
I've
or
seen-
hare.
I've
Typically
seen
around here,
50
they're on
dogs
hare.
run at once.
And it's large pack. So basically, you have female classes and male classes. You have 13-inch and 15-inch, which would be the size of your dog. So you have small dog class for female, small dog for male, large for female, large for male. And it's a judged trial. I mean, all those dogs go out at once. They hunt for a hare, in this case, or a cottontail.
Just think as we're hunting, and there's a judge running around, figuring out which dog's picking up the checks, which dog's up front, which dog's doing this and that. And
trying to decipher what dog's doing the work and what dog's hurting the run. Because when you put that many dogs on one rabbit, it's nuts. It's mayhem. You have dogs that are just trying to be in front of other dogs. They ruin the run, so the judge's job is to eliminate those dogs. So as the trial goes on, they eliminate dogs, and you might at the end you might
almost
be
like
down,
a last man standing.
Yeah, exactly. At the end, you might be down to. I mean, there's no set number. You could start with 50, or you could start with 20, and you could end with 5, or you could end with 20. But they eliminate the dogs that are hurting the hunt, and they score the dogs that are doing good in the hunt, and pick their top 5 out of that. We usually
last 3, 4, 5 hours.
Yeah, for each class. So it's a weekend.
Have a full event for each class.
Yeah, it's a half. Typically it's a half a day for each class. We try to go to a couple of them just to support clubs, because I mean that's what keeps them going. And like we said, our club is awesome. I mean it saves us from March to June. You know, gives us a spot to run and go enjoy it and not really worry about the dogs.
There's some folks that are very into trialing, and they do it nonstop. And there's the dog's condition is unbelievable. Like
it's insane. I mean,
the dogs are just like machines.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
You can run your dogs for, a couple days a week, every week, and you go throw them in with 20 or 40 dogs, and it's like
it's hard to compete with guys like that. That's for sure.
Those dogs have conditioning that's just beyond anything you can get from
they're
just
running.
Jacked.
Yeah, they're muscled down
like a kangaroo.
No, but really, those dogs will run forever and ever and ever. They're machines, literally.
But it's fun. Again, camaraderie. You have a ton of people that are all into the
great
same thing
people.
as you're into. So you talk hunting and talk dogs and let your dog get some exercise.
Like when we had our house fire, the Beagling community, if you want to call it, they came together. They got all sorts of donations of money towards us. Like, you just can't ask for better people.
No.
Yeah, hunters in general are.
Yeah,
are
you just all come together.
There's some
it's just like it's
out there, but
yeah, I mean,
which they give us bad names, but hunters are some of the most loyal people.
Yeah,
whether you're a deer hunter, a turkey hunter, a hound hunter, or squirrel hunter, I don't care what you are. I mean, everybody's on the same team, and they're very good at sticking together. And
we need to stay that way too, because the
world's crashing down.
There's people out there that love nothing more than to just see hunting, all of hunting just
the city's moving here.
And it's like, it's just not.
It's not something that I think will happen.
No, there's too many.
I think they'll try their hardest. I think there's definitely going to be some things to overcome. And
it's all these people moving in from out of state. They say they don't want to come change our ways of living, but that's the first thing they do.
The first thing they want to do.
First thing on their agenda is to stop what we do.
They build a house on the road you've been hunting for freaking 12 years, and then look at you like, what are you doing? Like the same thing I've been doing for 12 years. You just weren't here to see it.
There are a few. I mean, there are the bad eggs out there that.
Yeah.
You know,
you saw that guy when you were with us. He pulled up and he saw us hunting and
was happy to see us.
Told us he was concerned because we had guns at first, but then they
oh yes, that guy.
Yeah.
He had yellow plates.
Yeah.
They were not green.
I'm just really concerned because you guys all have guns.
Well, it's easier to kill the rabbit that way. You tried.
You try catching him with your hands, buddy.
Yeah, in reality, if you're concerned about it, come over and talk to us, and maybe that'll settle you down a little bit.
And it's not like we had guns and also wearing orange.
Is that that's the guy
we
that
weren't
I said,
hiding.
That's the guy that I asked if he was from around here.
Yeah.
And he said yes, and then he drove away, and I see his place, and I said,
Yeah.
you own a house here. You're not from around
Yeah.
here.
You're what we call a
Yeah.
transplant. Thank you for helping our economy, but let us hunt.
Kindly leave.
Pay your taxes and go back.
Citizen ciders are good.
Tasty.
Yep. PBR coffees are good.
PBR coffees are not good.
Coffee is not good.
Coffee is not good. PBR is extremely questionable.
We're gonna take a poll on this. How many of you people like coffee, and how many don't?
I'm sure.
I'm sitting,
there's gonna-
I am sitting here.
Lose this battle, but
Yeah.
I'm sitting here
I
with two
stand behind it.
weirdos.
It's not good.
It is not. What the hell?
That is your dog got loose. She's gonna go start up a cottontail rabbit.
Yep. Beagles are bored. They're out trying to start one up. Isn't the door open?
They were supposedly locked on the deck,
Oh.
and
Oh, here comes Brandy.
she found her way out. Is the rest of
What
them
are
in
you
there?
doing? Brandy, why you escape?
I think he's missing the other ones too, but I'm not sure.
I don't think they wanted the season to be done.
No. Well, that's the thing about here. If they get loose, they get down into that, like, any of these little patches around here, loaded with cottontail rabbits. Are they both still out there? The other two?
Yeah, the other two are there. She just
All right, we gotta.
didn't want to be with them apparently.
We're gonna take a break and address this situation. Then I gotta change batteries too.
Yeah.
All right, we're back. Had to wrangle up some dogs. There was a security breach. We don't know how it happened, but we're suspecting she jumped the fence on the deck.
Beagles are known for that.
And one of them chewed the side of the house up.
Morgan's just learning of
Yeah,
this right
Morgan's
now.
learning of this at the same time.
You want to go check it out?
You want
can.
to? You want to talk about that?
Your dog chewed the side of the house while she was on the deck.
Just a little.
just a little bit of siding.
It's hard saying. Sadie's a chewer too. So it's
She's got a
hard,
knife
it's
in
hard
her
to
hand.
really pinpoint it down.
She's on my side as far as getting deciding. So.
Yeah. New siding it is.
We were looking at Travis's shooting range out there for preparation for TAC, which is going to be
Yeah, it's
interesting.
coming up quick.
You guys both shooting in it?
We are. We're shooting this Sunday at 1 o'clock, I believe.
Yep.
Thurber's going to be shooting with us, Taylor.
Yep.
See what we can do at 111 yards for a truck.
Try not to lose our arrows.
Is that the furthest distance?
I think there's
the
a couple.
furthest target's 100, right? And then
Yeah.
that's a different shoot on its own. To
Yeah, that's its own deal. I don't know. It used to be
How many shots do you get?
as many as you want to pay for.
$5 a shot, and you can shoot as many as you want.
Closest shot wins.
In the X ring, and then whoever gets it in the X ring, for every time you get the X ring, they put you in a drawing.
And then once they're done with
So-
all the events,
So even if you have a couple right-on shots, you're not guaranteed to win.
No.
You just get put into
Yeah.
the drawing after that. But
I bet your odds are pretty good because I bet it's not a high percentage of people 12 ringing it at 111 yards. I mean, I bet there's quite a bit, but
Trav looks at
Yeah.
you. He's looking at you like he's got it all day long.
I know that's a long ways. That's a long ways.
yeah. And it's such a
I
random
think my
yardage
spot hog
too.
max is out at 100.
What
so
is it, 110?
111.
111.
yeah, just to make it weird.
Yeah, I guess so.
I actually got to go over to Morse's and have some work done on the new bow,
Yep.
get her set up, and then get back to shooting.
Yeah, I got to get my
Get
new
ready
sight
for it.
on. Figure out whether I need a back bar or not. I don't really want to spend the money. I'd rather spend that on arrows because I'm guessing I'm going to lose a few. But
And you went with an HHA single
yes,
pin
kingpin,
is what you went with. Yeah,
single pin. Yep.
Yeah.
It's Neil Pendleton's hand-me-down, but
nice.
he's
Gotta
so-
love those.
he's hooking me up for doing some video work. So
I just bolted on the Spot Hog Fast Eddie XL, the
Travis
double
hands.
pin. We'll see how that works. I got a couple buddies with that same site, and they love
Yeah,
it. So
I hear that's a good site.
I've shot them a couple times, and I really liked them.
Is it a 2-pin?
2-pin adjustable.
Yeah, and that's got the small, the 10,000s
Yeah,
pins,
very,
right?
very
Yeah.
small pins.
Yep, that's what that HHA's got.
Which as long as you have the light to feed them,
Yeah,
and
it's
they're
got
visible,
that
you're good. But
Reflectex or something. Sorry, I butchered that, but you can adjust the amount of light.
yeah, I mean, I have a light on my site too. So if it is dim, I can add a little bit of light to the fiber optics and brighten it up. But those pins are so small that when you get into like early morning and late evening,
Hard to see.
it's hard to see them. They're small. But like I said, you put some light to them, and you're good.
Yeah, you just open up that housing or whatever and shine some more light on them. It should be fun though. I'm probably gonna bring a Camelback because
Yeah, I'm gonna
End of
realize
May
how
is-
out of shape I am.
yeah. Hopefully Amy's knee isn't wrecked from turkey season. She can come film.
Yeah,
But I don't know how long the course is. The prime course is. I imagine it's pretty long.
Just
I
a
think
3D
it's-
course.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's like.
but it's
few
right at
hours.
Pico, so you're
You're
Up
walking
on
the
mountains
Yeah.
and shit. That's cool.
Yeah, they said the shots will be 40 to 100 yards.
Yep.
With steep angles.
uphill, downhill,
Yeah.
level.
Score an event?
No,
No, just for fun.
no, just a.
I think they give you
I
a.
think you can score yourself, but it's not a.
Yeah.
It's not a scored event.
Yeah, it's not a competition.
But it'll be a lot of fun. Get out, get some exercise, shoot some stuff you're not used to. A lot of practice there.
Yep. Still turkey season too.
It is. It is.
Hunt right up on
That'd be a
top of that
long ass
mountain.
day.
Hunt up there all morning and then shoot tag.
Late May, so you got to be up at like 2:30,
Too, yeah.
and then your knock time isn't until 1.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. I wish we were earlier, but
Yeah.
there was nothing available. It filled up so fast. I mean, we registered a week after registrations open, and
Yeah.
Saturday was already full.
Yeah,
How
Saturday
many
had
are
like,
they allowing?
I don't remember.
I don't remember what the number was, but
They used to not cap it, but I listened to a podcast with the owner on it, and he's like, people were waiting in line for like 2.5 hours.
No
He's
doubt.
like, he's like, I don't want my event like that. I want it to be,
Yeah.
you know,
and I think they said that if you have a knock time, you can jump in at other times. And,
Yeah.
and
If
go
people
out.
are ahead of schedule or whatever.
Yeah, or like you could go shoot a course and then shoot your course at 1 maybe. I'm hoping,
and they have
but
a practice course, I think with like 100-yard targets, so you can like warm
Yeah.
up there and make sure everything's dialed before you hike way up and figure
Right.
out that your sight's knocked off. Because I think we take a chair up.
I think
I
you
believe.
take a chair up, and then at the end of it, they bring you back on a bus. I believe.
Really? Huh.
I know some of the TAC courses are like that. I don't know.
I was going to
if-
bring my snowboard,
I don't.
get back down.
I don't know if Pico's big enough to need a bus ride back, but I know some of them are.
I went to
If you watch the Utah ones and stuff like that.
Yeah, those like Snow Valley and stuff, those mountains are freaking huge.
Yeah.
The course,
25 targets, and it takes 3 to 4 hours.
yeah. The course might just end at the bottom. I don't know. It might just make a big
That'd
loop.
be cool. I hope there's a lot of good vendors and stuff like that. I haven't been to one. This will be my first time. So
Yeah, I haven't been either. I was gonna have a booth, but
put the shaft to that.
yeah. Well, I got it.
What happened?
Well, so in the agreement it says that you have to have like insurances, like liability and stuff.
Oh, really?
Which I don't have, and but I emailed them and told them like that was the case, and the lady said like, well, we put that in there like because legally we have to, kind of thing, so like you don't need it, but I still like it's still $1,000 for the booth,
For the booth alone.
and then I got to get a banner, so I don't know like. That'd be
You'd
probably
be the guy sitting there with no name.
yeah, just like an easy up and some microphones, like
You gotta start somewhere.
just staring at people. Hey, man, you want to talk to me? Guy's like, no, dude.
Who are you? Yeah, why are you
What?
here?
What is this? I don't know.
Nice
Sit
town.
down.
So you're not gonna have the booth?
No,
No.
I'm gonna be up there.
We can still flaunt your gear around.
Yeah, I'll bring my stuff. If people
You
want to do a
still-
podcast, I'll do them at the truck.
Yeah,
Do
absolutely.
one while we're shooting.
I just won't shoot.
Blow an arrow in the dirt, and you'll hear all kinds of funny things.
Yeah. Some mother effers.
Are you going up that morning or the day before? Or?
I think we're gonna go up. We might try to hunt, because I got that Thursday, Friday off. I took it off when Morgan just fell down, but I took it off when I thought I was gonna like have the booth and all that. So I still have it off. So I think I'm gonna. We might try to like hunt. We might go up and get like a hotel or something and try to hunt Friday morning, Saturday morning, probably Sunday morning.
Get up on top of the mountain.
Yeah, there's always birds around those ski
yeah.
resorts, and so yeah, I mean Jeremy's shooting Saturday, so I think I'd like to try to film him and just get some more.
Did you see his
content.
video of him scouting? Was it yesterday?
I did not.
He came across that rabbit just sitting there,
Oh, yeah,
wide
really?
open, white
Blew
rabbit
out.
sitting underneath
No
the
kidding.
bush.
Yeah, he's like, you might want to change your pattern, buddy.
Yeah.
You're sticking out.
I was just talking to him yesterday about some new arrow setups for my new bow. Just picking his brain. He's a smart dude.
He doesn't know
You know,
anything.
he's
He's
right into that.
Very,
so
very knowledgeable, that's for sure.
He's just lucky.
try to get some of that knowledge from him on my setup. But
If that's locked, I want some of that.
Yeah. But,
do
yeah.
you know anybody else shooting Sunday?
I don't.
No.
Just you guys. We might recognize somebody up there or something, but
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see some people we know. It's a
You
pretty
just
big
go
event.
for
I
the-
think.
Who's
you going
going
for
to
the
TAC?
afternoon
Comment
coming
below.
home?
Yeah, I'm sure.
What is it
We'll probably leave
for a
in the morning.
ride? An hour and a half,
yeah.
maybe?
Yeah, right
Yeah.
around there.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's actually at Pica, right?
Yep.
Which is right there, but
Yep, I
Yeah,
was
well-
just there snowboarding on Webb's rented the whole freaking mountain,
oh, no kidding.
and yeah, it's pretty big.
Yeah, we'll probably head up, I don't know, early mid-morning and hang out and kind of just take in the experience and see the vendors and then get ready for our
Not see
time.
me on vendor row,
Yeah.
but yeah, I gotta.
You'll still do fine. You'll save a little cash in your pocket. That's
Yeah,
all
I
good.
gotta get a truck, and probably the worst time ever to buy one. But yeah,
God, do I have a truck for you?
I'm gonna get a Prius.
Dude, you'll never go back.
Gas comes back down and be like,
This guy gotta go.
I said, but I'm like, I'm tired of the mid-sized trucks. Like, I'm gonna get a freaking full-size V8. I don't care. And I was talking shit when gas was $1.84, and now it's like,
Look at you now.
might be a Tacoma.
Both
Six
they're not even great.
No.
No.
Well, you can't get the 4-cylinder because it can't even get out of its own way.
No.
You got to
Yeah.
get the 6, and then it's a 4-liter 6, so it sucks it down pretty good.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
a little better than that 5.7.
Yeah. Way better than that 5.7.
But well, any closing statements?
Something smells good in the other room. I think Morgan's getting dinner ready for us.
No.
Dinner.
I just can't wait till end of September already. That's all.
It'll be here before you know it.
Yeah,
We're
it
gonna
will.
just continue to exercise the dogs, shoot bows, kill turkeys, and then it'll be here before we know it.
Sweat during the summer.
Yeah. Chase the little rodent around the yard.
Yep.
No, you'll have to come out with us during fall. It's like a
Yeah, that looks
whole
like-
different experience. You don't have to have layers on. It's
Yeah,
just you go
t-shirt.
out with rubber boots, t-shirt, and frickin' it's a good time.
Yep.
Get you over to the club one weeknight, go over there and grill dinner and listen to the dogs run and
Have a
Sounds
few
like
drinks.
a good time. Let's
enjoy,
go right now.
enjoy the
We-
experience.
It might-
Brandy, let's go.
it might be closed because of that upcoming trial, but I'm not sure.
Locks are for honest people,
We have the keys.
so it's not closed.
But anyway, yeah.
Travis is still moving the microphone.
He's like a little kid.
That'll never change.
All right, fellers. Good talking to you.
Thanks for
You
having
too.
us.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to this week's episode. Make sure and come back and join us every other Monday with a brand new episode. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple, make sure and leave a review. And you can find me on YouTube at Northeast Hunt and Film. Once again, thanks for listening.